Yep, that's right. I did get this lovely gift for no reason whatsoever for a reason. It's, where is it? Happy first birthday. It's for Finny. Don't mind the 2 and the 4. That's silly. They're not. I really appreciate the gift, though. And Queen Emma also brought this. Don't mind the candles. I may or may not have turned 24 yet. We're ignoring that. You're an asshole. You're such an asshole.
Happy birthday, Kylie. We love that you love your birthday.
No, fuck my birthday. This is an ultimate chocolate cake. If you haven't had it, you should have it. It is from Wegmans. This is the best chocolate cake on the market. You can't convince me otherwise, but thank you so much, Queen Emma, for that sweet gift for Finny's, for Finny's first birthday. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. No, I don't have birthday plans. No, I'm not a birthday girly. No, I didn't do anything for my birthday. Now let's move on.
Happy birthday, girl.
No.
Love you.
Coming up on today's 1-year postpartum special, I'm going to get honest about this past year as a mom of 4, how I'm recovering a year after giving birth to Finn, plus we'll check in on the girls' relationships with their baby sister and what Finny has been up to recently. After that, I'm going to be joined by one of my favorite people ever. I talk about my love for my OBGYN team constantly. Emphasis on team. So it was about time I had one of the stars of the show on to talk about postpartum and what it's like dealing with me in labor. This is gonna be exposing, and more importantly, what Jason's like during labor and what other people are like during labor. HIPAA, but like, let's ask the hard-hitting questions, you know? But before we get to all that, let's start with a quick NGL announcement. Reminder, real ones, this upcoming Tuesday, March 31st, you're getting the newest episode of FAFO. And like I said before, we have a big, well, actually, small reveal coming. A cuddly, fuzzy, new Kelsey. And you're just going to have to watch it on YouTube this Tuesday to find out more. I will say we shot this at the PSPCA Mainline Animal Rescue and met so many sweet animals. I cannot wait for the real ones to see it soon. And also for you to see some potentially adoptable animals. Get in there. All right, now let's get to our real one comment of the week. Just from a quick glance, it looks like Queen Emma got another burner account. Good God. So with the 60th episode coming up, are we going to get a cool 60? This absolutely was you. I don't need to prove it. The proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is this comment. You did this. No from the desk of Queen Emma. Wow, girl, 60 episodes. Congratulations. What a milestone. I don't know about you, but celebrating with a cool 60 for episode cool 60 sounds pretty classic to me. And we love that numerology. You're a jackass. Kay, let me know. Hope you like the balloons. Love you. Kay, thanks. Bye. And then she chanted, fan vote, fan vote, fan vote, fan vote. Who said that? That's what she typed. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what Queen Emma typed. I have seen comments of people saying that they enjoy a 45-minute episode. And by 45, I mean 48, because we have to fit in the ads. Because our Queen Meg is
6 ads.
Doing her job.
Yeah. There's probably one of those comments. Maybe 2 of thousands.
Okay, we can put it to a fan vote. We can put it to a fan vote then.
We get it, guys. Fan vote. I can't wait. All right. Cool 60 it is.
She's catching me on a down week. But be cool, guys.
And the winner is a cool 60. Great job, everybody. We did it.
All right, now that that's been handled, let's get right into this 1-year postpartum edition of Can I Be Honest? And today I'm kicking things off by getting honest about an entire year of being a mom of 4, starting with an update on one of the biggest questions I had this time last year. How are my older girls adjusting to their new baby sister? Well, let me tell you. Ellie and Finny are best friends. Ellie actually told me, oh no, Benny told me the other day, this is a big deal, big deal. Benny told me the other day that her and Finny were going to be best friends. Now, it was a were going to be best friends. So it's future tense. And so from that, I think we're not quite there yet, but she has figured out how to make Finn laugh. And as with grown adults, it's the same with children. When they can make a baby laugh, they feel as though that is an accomplishment, as it is. And they've been doing an outstanding job doing that. Now, Wyatt likes to be in charge. Nothing new. So she likes to be given jobs like, hey, put Finny back in the gate when Finn escapes from the living room. Benny only wants to really make her laugh or pretend that she's a baby doll. We're working on it. There's been a lot of things put on Finn's head, and by that I mean headbands, ears, hats, dresses, and I said on her head. I didn't say on her body because Benny thinks that she can dress Finn, and so she'll just put the dress over her head, and then Finn's sitting there with like a dress covering her face going, and yep. So it's going pretty good. I would say that Finn has an affinity for Ellie right now, but I say right now because it's ever shifting. I will say Finn is not speaking a lot. I'm not going to be that mom that's like, my kid says blah, 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 this many words. No, but I will tell you, one of the things that she likes to do is call for Ellie. And Ellie is sweet enough that Ellie will typically call back. So Ellie will stand in the other room and go, Finny. And Finn will sit in the other room and go, hey. And it's very cute. And she doesn't always do both syllables. And it doesn't always sound like Ellie, but she does try to yell back to Ellie, which is a very cute practice that I encourage a lot. So, yeah. It's going well. They have accepted that she is a human being and not just a blob, which is great because now she is sort of toddling along a little bit and trying to get involved. Is very sweet to watch her, which we've seen this with every child Ellie on, that they just want to be involved. And so to see them sort of crawl into the mix is just very heartwarming. And then when their older sisters actually try to involve them, it is so sweet. Now, that would be like the Instagram version, okay? When she crawls in and she tries to get involved, and then their sisters hand her a Barbie or a toy and try to let her get involved. The real life version, which is, I would say the majority of the time, is when Finn tries to crawl in and get involved, and then she gets yelled at and they try to like edge her out and push her back so that she can't touch the perfectly framed house that they have put together and strategically place the characters that are playing. So just let's manage expectations here. I'm not saying that my kids play nicely all the time. The biggest difference from going from 3 kids to 4 kids, there was a while when we were choosing to try for what is now Finn, where I kept thinking that I had forgotten a child, like that one was missing. I think it had a lot to do with the age that Benny was and the progression, because it just felt like I didn't have a baby with me anymore. Either way, it feels very comfy and whole. It feels very balanced. I love even numbers. I've said that on the show before. Something I often get asked about is age gaps. At this point, after having Wyatt, I was already pregnant with Ellie. That's bananas to me. The idea, I still can't fathom that I got pregnant less than a year postpartum. That is crazy bananas. When people tell me that they've gotten pregnant, really, I would say within the first year postpartum, I just want to wrap them up in a little burrito and just rock them. I want to rock them because as much as you are excited about it and it's amazing, whoa. Because getting a year out, I was just thinking this the other day, getting a year out feels more stable. And I don't know if it's just the hormone flush or your body going back or your organs being back where they're intended to be, or your joints feeling more stable, or maybe just like sleep is probably better by a year out. All of these things that come together to just make you feel like a year out has been my threshold of where I feel like if I start working out again seriously, that like I might feel strong again, or that I might feel like my body is stable. A 2-year age gap just feels reasonable because you've given your body time to adjust, but you're also not getting so far out that you feel like, why would I start over? Guys, I've told you before, if my last kid gets out of diapers, then the shop is closed, if you catch my drift. I will say, Finny is still just cuddly enough that I do not have an urge for baby right now. Let me just say that. I like to leave it open-ended because I don't want the universe to hear me or my uterus. Nobody's talking to you. But I do think 4 feels good. And that's it for Can I Be Honest? Moving on. Let's get to a segment that's back for another year by popular demand. This time with some updates, presenting the do's and don'ts of talking to postpartum women 1 year after giving birth. First up, gotta start with the good old-fashioned don't. Number 1, don't ask her if she's back to her pre-baby weight yet. Better yet, don't ask her about her weight at all, but I'm going to tell you right now. Pre-baby weight, Kylie? Pre-baby Kylie? Let me say that again. Pre-baby body of Kylie? I don't know her. She doesn't live here. My body built a whole ass human being, okay? And you're going to look at me and you're going to tell me that I'm supposed to get back to pre-baby weight? Okay, if I'm going to get back to pre-baby weight, then you tell my stomach to go back to looking the way it did when I was 24. No? Not going to happen? Well, then you've got your fucking answer. How about that? That's ridiculous. Number 2, do ask how she's feeling a year after giving birth. This is such a great question. Let's check in. Let's care about her thoughts and feelings. Let's ask her how her body's feeling, how she feels a year after birth, how she feels that she kept a tiny human alive for 1 whole year. Good job, Mom. Number 3, unless you are particularly close with Mom, don't ask when the next baby is going to be on the way. Oh, I'm so serious. And I'll speak for myself here. Don't you dare ask if we're going to give it one more try for a boy. I swear to God. I swear to God. Don't ask me that. Also, let's just put this into perspective. If you look at me and you say, number 1, are you going to have another one? Or number 2, are you going to try for a boy? You are looking at a woman who has had 4 children. 4 children in, what was it, 6 years? How are you going to look at a woman who has had 4 children and be like, are you going to have another one soon? Are you going to try for a boy? So, suck my ass. How about that for ASMR? Suck my ass. Number 4, don't ask mothers of 1-year-olds if they're worried about their baby not reaching certain milestones. Ladies, if you are still losing sleep or letting milestones of children rule your thoughts, I'm going to need you to cut that out immediately. I need you to cut it out now, because I'm going to tell you right now, 4 children later, the one thing I can tell you that I've learned, that I've told you a million times, they're all different. I'm telling you that within a group of kids whose gene pool is the same. It's the same gene pool, and all their shit's been different. Okay? So how are we going to compare our kids to the neighbor's kids or your nieces and nephews or your friends' kids? That is some bullshit. Also, if you look at the thresholds, the range at which these children are supposed to be hitting these milestones, why is it so wide? What? That's right, because every kid is different. We got there together. So please don't do that. And also, make sure that we're not putting pressure on anyone else, okay? Sometimes we can say what we want to say. We can be proud of our kids. Wyatt was an early talker. She was. She wanted to chit chat. Ellie, that child didn't utter words. I mean, she said a couple words here and there. She did not speak to us until she was probably 18 months old. Okay? Like, speak to us. Like, really be like, oh, this can help me. Okay? She had words. But she didn't, you know what I'm saying? They're in the same house. They have the same parents that raised them the same way. Very close together, mind you. They were 17 months apart. Okay? Guys, cut it out. Don't let those comparisons steal the joy of the amazing things that you are watching your kids do. And in that same breath, if your kids are having delays and or are not meeting your the thresholds, that's okay too. Okay? Because there are things in place to help you support them, and sometimes they're just not fucking ready. Leave them alone. That's it for do's and don'ts of talking to postpartum women, 1 year later edition. And now, a segment that's fun to say as it is to do. You know what's fucked up? And in honor of this special episode, you know what's fucked up? People still believe that postpartum only applies to the first 6 weeks after giving birth. That's crazy. I literally just said it takes me until I am typically a year out of giving birth to feel like I am more myself. This is fucked up because if you read studies about when you're healed, like truly healed, it isn't even close to 6 weeks. You go in for a post-birth checkup 6 weeks after giving birth. That's typically when you go in for your postpartum appointment. That appointment is there to make sure that you don't have any postpartum immediate complications. 6 weeks is not when you're done being postpartum. That's not how that works. At all. Not even close. Don't do that. I've already banned the phrase in a past episode, bounce back. We're not bouncing back in 6 weeks. Okay? You're not even cleared for strenuous activity until 6 to 8 weeks. That's like lifting large things. Guys, you're not even allowed to have sex for 6 to 8 weeks. Okay? This is not like she's not ready because she's not healed. And I'm going to tell you right now, for anyone who has experienced sex postpartum, are we doing this? We're doing this. I'm talking about it. For anyone who has experienced sex postpartum, specifically, I can only speak to after a vaginal birth. There might be, and now I've had varying experiences, different for every kid. It's not all fun and games, guys. It's not all fun and games the first couple of times if you catch my drift. We can't be out here like, no, that was great. What? A human just exited that door. That's it for You Know What's Fucked Up. I'll be right back after these messages from myself. Postpartum anxiety can sometimes creep in for women after having a baby. Luckily, the CVS Health app is a single place to handle all of your healthcare needs. The CVS Health app provides access to free 20-minute exercises and free meditations that can help postpartum mothers find time for themselves and their health. Also, when you're out of diapers and don't want to have to pack up your newborn and get in the car, Extra Care Plus offers unlimited free same-day delivery. It's there for you when you need items for yourself, pain medication, pads, adult diapers, and for your newborn, diapers, but the baby kind, formula, pacifiers. Plus, you can take advantage of caregiver services in the app by accessing pharmacy and health records for your children and managing their care. You can even schedule virtual or in-person Minute Clinic appointments, and do not worry, their behavioral health providers have completed postpartum mental health training and are available before, during, and after pregnancy. Go to cvs.com/app to learn more and download the app today. On this podcast, you know there isn't much I'm afraid to talk about. So let's talk about one of the most universal postpartum truths, poop. The first one, terrifying. A fear I cannot even begin to explain. The first postpartum poop is, wow, scary. And if you're a type C mom, I'm going to assume that remembering to take stool softeners or supplements isn't high on the list of priorities during this particularly stressful time, especially with the lack of sleep. If I have to remember to take it, it very well might not happen, but Olipop, I remember that because I actually want it. Olipop is delicious, refreshing, and has 6 to 9 grams of prebiotic fiber to support your gut and help keep things moving. It's not a health drink you should have. It's a soda you want to have because it's delicious and it comes in 18 different flavors. You can get a free can of Olipop when you buy any 2 cans of Olipop in store, and they'll pay you back for 1. Shop at Walmart, Wawa, Whole Foods, and thousands of other retailers near you. Sign up at drinkolipop.com/NGL. And we're back. And so is Doom Scroll the Week Postpartum Edition. First up on this postpartum themed Doom Scroll, I've mentioned mom showers before on the show, and as a mom of 4, this is basically just a glimpse at my everyday life. The clip, please, Queen Emma, says point of view trying to take a shower as a mom. The mom is in the shower, and there is a tiny baby face with a pacifier peeking around the corner of the curtain. Let me tell you about this. Queen Emma wants to know how many times a week does this happen. Anytime I get in the shower. Literally, anytime I am not in their view, they want to know where I am. Let me explain. I go in the shower. We have a glass door on the shower. I will go in the shower. Kids will come up. I can hear them run into our bedroom because they sound like a herd of elephants. One child will sound like a whole herd of elephants. They run into the room. They come into the bathroom, and typically they go, "Mom," and I say, "Yes," and they go, "Mom," and they say, "Yes," and I say, "Mom," and I say, "Yes," and they say, "What are you doing?"
According to recent posts, Kylie Jenner couldn't hide her surprise when she received an elaborately prepared birthday cake from Taylor Swift. Reflecting on the moment, Kylie shared that she felt genuinely overwhelmed by Taylor's thoughtfulness and attention to detail. The cake wasn't just visually stunning, it was deeply personal, clearly showing the care and effort behind it. Kylie explained that she had no idea the gift was coming, which made the surprise even more meaningful. When the cake was brought out during the celebration, she paused for a few seconds before breaking into laughter and emotion. She noted that the small, intricate details revealed how much time Taylor had spent considering her preferences. "It's not just a cake," Kylie said emotionally. "It feels like a birthday wish wrapped in genuine affection." What stood out most to her was the cake's unique design, decorated in soft colors and filled with delicate elements inspired by her life and family. Guests also noticed a handwritten birthday message, adding a warm, intimate touch. Kylie emphasized that this wasn't just a typical gift, but an effort to create a truly memorable moment. She added that when someone puts in that level of personal effort, it carries real meaning, fans have taken this moment as further proof that Kylie and Taylor share more than just a casual connection. Their bond has grown into a genuine friendship. Over time, they've been seen together at family gatherings and private events, often chatting, laughing, and showing natural closeness. This thoughtful birthday gesture is just one example of the strong and heartfelt connection they've built.